Chris Hall, Commissioner of the Futures League here. As we mentioned earlier, looking for opportunities to check in with former alumni and what they're up to. Many of them are chasing that dream, playing professional baseball. The gentleman to my right here had an opportunity as a child growing up around the game, as his father used to work for the Red Sox, so he spent many years here. The field behind us, Fenway Park. This is the day after opening day, but we're outside on Lansdowne Street, day off from the Red Sox, but we got Sam August and his band, the Ultra, getting ready to play at Bill's Bar. And opportunity, Sam had an opportunity the first couple of years in the league to play with Nashville Silver Knights the first year, and second year with the North Shore Navigators. Sam, so tell us what you've been up to since you finished at Penn State University.
So I took a few years playing music around Boston in a bunch of cover bands. I kind of built myself up as a hired gun. This past winter, we really rebranded ourselves into the Ultra and released our EP a few weeks ago, and now we're starting to play some shows and make a name for ourselves around Boston.
Now, do you feel like you're in the minor leagues right now, trying to work your way up?
We're just trying to get to the big leagues. We're at a really interesting stage right now. We've been reaching out to a lot of managers, and we're going out to Los Angeles in a couple weeks to record with Good Charlotte's producer. So things are really starting to snowball for us right now. We're really grinding it out. We're like the four of us all do something else in addition to this. I'm in grad school right now for a teaching degree. So we're all just kind of we all have many irons in the fire right now. But this is really the dream that we're all excited to chase.
What was your walk-up song back in the day, and what would it be now that you're playing in your band? What would your band's walk-up song be?
When I was playing in Nashua with you guys, I think I had an Eric Church song. I was really big into country back then. I had a lot of Boot Left to Fill by Eric Church. And then when I was in Lynn, I had Unchained by Van Halen as my walkout song. If I were to have a walk-up song right now, I think it would be Lights Out by Royal Blood. They're the best band going right now, and we can't get enough of them.
So you're not even going to pick your own band? One of your own songs here tonight? Is your walk-up song?
Little self-indulgent right there, but if I had to pick one of our songs, I think it would be "Lights Go Down," which is really our single off of the EP right now, and it's wound up on a few local radio stations. They do a lot of local features and things like that, and that's a song that's starting to get some label attention. People email us back, say they really like the tune. It's catchy, it's a bit of an earworm, and it's a really good pop rock song. So I think that would be my walkout song.
Playing the game of baseball,
yep.
What has that done for you, knowing what it's going to take for you to get to the big leagues here in music?
It's really interesting how many of the skills that I learned playing college baseball that I kind of take into my music career. Just really real basic lessons on like discipline and hard work, and really going for it and just kind of making things happen rather than kind of waiting and letting things happen. And I mean, if you see us on stage, we all act pretty athletic. There's a lot of kind of jumping around and some acrobatics thrown in there. So I still mix in my dynamic warm-ups before shows like I did before games. It's weird. At the same time, we have the most fun as we possibly can with all of this, but we all have a very singular focus of being the best band we can possibly be. Very similar to how any baseball player, any college athlete is going to try to make it to the bigs or try to make it or try to play as long as he can until somebody tells him he can't anymore. Right. And we have a very similar mindset. We're going to try to take this thing as far as we possibly can.
What was the biggest memory you've had playing in the league?
Man, some of my skippers getting tossed were pretty memorable.
You had Mike Chambers in year one, and then you had Richie Hebner.
Oh man,
big time, big leaguer there in North Shore.
Yeah, playing for Heb was real special. He was a character, and my skipper at Penn State, Robbie Wan, he was also a former big leaguer, and I saw a lot of similarities. I was like, there's something about big leaguers. They just have a really interesting take on the game.
Do you miss those boat rides back and forth to Martha's Vineyard?
Man. Oh man, I forgot about those ferry rides. Yeah, so the only time I've ever been to the Vineyard is to play baseball. Right. Those were a great time, and I had a buddy who played on the Vineyard team too, and he and I would have a good time. And it's funny, like those summers, it's a grind. We play like 60 games in 2 months with people that we don't know, with all these ball players from all over the country. Like I was playing with Baylor guys and Florida guys. and we're all really the same person.
Yeah.
It's like, it doesn't matter what corner of the country we're from.
Yep.
College athletes are all the same person.
Yep.
They all know how much of a grind it is, but they embrace it and they love it.
Yep.
And there are days when we get a rain out and we're like, oh, sweet. But there are also games where, like, all right, let's turn it on today. Like, we're psyched to play these guys, and
Yep.
it's yeah. I mean, any baseball player knows, like, it's yeah. Summer ball is a really interesting place to be as a college baseball player.
Thank you for hanging out with us, and we're looking forward to seeing you play.
Sounds good, Chris. Thanks a lot for having me.
Yeah.